ఇస్కాన్లో సేవ చేస్తున్నారు. సో అందరూ కూడా కంపల్సరీ అటెండ్ అవ్వండి, చాలా మంచి అవకాశం. హరే కృష్ణ. ప్లీజ్ కమ్ అండ్ సిట్ ఇన్ ఫ్రంట్ ఆఫ్ మహారాజ్.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So there will be Bhagavad Gita class in the temple hall now by His Holiness Trivikram Swami Maharaj. So we invite all the devotees, please come here and then we'll hear from Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सहगणा श्रीराधांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकानाथ राधा नमोस्तुते कांचनगौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
Reading from Bhagavad Gita, purports and translation by Divine Basis Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila. Tonight we are going to talk on chapter 10, text 8. Everybody knows English?
Yes.
Huh? All you people know English? The British did something good. They left us with their English language.
हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna.
कितने लोगों को इंग्लिश समझ में नहीं आता है? हाथ खड़े कर सकते हैं।
Anyway, so there's 4 verses which are considered the nutshell, the very essential verses of Bhagavad Gita. This is the first one. There's 4 in a row. 10:8, 10:9, 10:10, 10:11. These 4 verses are considered the essence of Bhagavad Gita. We'll read this one. I feel that I'm being distracted by the genre. I can't do anything. It's not the right time to speak. I'm sorry, it's not the right time to speak. You can give them that little, this much. To sit down and eat and get a talk, you want to know people, right in the city.
हरे कृष्णा। कोर्टयार्ड में जो भक्त बैठे हैं उनसे निवेदन है कृपया शांतता बनाए रखिए। यहाँ पे प्रवचन चल रहा है। हरे कृष्ण। तो प्रवचन में भाग लीजिए।
Okay, so we do word for word. The verse is Aham Sarvasya Bhagavo Bhattasava Bhattate Iti Mata Bhajante Mam Buddhavara Samarpitaha. The translation, word for word. Aham. I. Sarvasya. Of all. The source of generation. Mataha. From me. Sarvam. Everything. Bhartate. Eminent. Iti. Thus. Matva. Knowing. Jante. Become devoted. Ma. Unto me. Buddha. The learned. Avasamahitaha. Great attention. Translation and purport. I am the source of all spiritual and material world. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotion service and worship me with all their hearts. Either Krishna is the greatest egotist that ever lived, or he is the supreme person. We have to decide. Because no one else is making this clear. That from him everything is coming. You know what Jesus said? I sit at the right hand of God, doing the work of the Father. When Krishna says, I am the Father. I am the seed-giving Father to all in me. For me, everything is coming, material and spiritual. So what's the problem? Why more people don't take Krishna consciousness? Actually, my travels here in India for the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks over here?
25 days.
Huh?
25 days.
More than 3 weeks.
25 days? Time goes fast when you're having fun. It's been very dynamic for me because wherever you go, you see there's so many people who are becoming serious about this movement and serious about the Bhagavad Gita as it is. And there's many of Bhagavad Gitas as they aren't that are out there in the market. And we can be cheated very easily. Therefore, we should come. The truth is that Bhagavad Gita has been in the Western world for like 400 years. Anderson, Thoreau, they all read it. So nobody became a devotee of Krishna. Nobody. Zero. Zilch. None. Until Prabhupada came. What? Therefore, we understand that Prabhupada is empowered. He's not an ordinary candidate. He shocked the base. He's empowered. Who else can do it? One man going to a foreign country, no money, 2 heart attacks, seasickness, and 10 years he has symptoms over. How is it possible? He's empowered. He wrote a wonderful poem when he came there. He said, I don't know why you sent me here to this place which is so full of passion and ignorance, but you must have some purpose. So if you like, you'll be the puppet master, and I'll be the puppet. And as you like, make me dance, make me dance, make me dance. So that was his move. He was coming on the order of his spiritual master. I don't have any qualifications. He was so humble, he really believed that he didn't have any special qualification. The only qualification, he said, I took the order of my spiritual master as my life and soul. So I'm saying in the last 25 days, I'm traveling to different centers. I was there for the opening of the Harvard Center. And then we came to Chopati, yes. And then Pune, then Bangalore. So many centers there in Bangalore. We visit each one. And that. Yesterday we were in Bhakti Churu's place. Beautiful temple. And they were here. This is Prabhupada's temple, right? He was here. So that's how you Prabhupada. So you're very fortunate you have a temple that Prabhupada, you can say, blessed. He sat on his prasada. This place is really a sacred place. So, the point I'm making is that somehow by good fortune, you come in contact with the pure devotee, because without him, we won't be able to understand. I would have never become a devotee. I needed his example. We give the example of a child may be taken by wolves. Instead of killing it, they take it as a baby. And then the child goes up. But he remains on 4 legs. Because he doesn't see an example of anybody walking. So he remains like the other wolves do. So the point I'm making is this example is very important. So Srila Prabhupada gave us the example. What a beautiful he looks like. How he acts. How he's so humble. So, in this way. Let me tell a quick story to show how humble Prabhupada. By good fortune, I was given the service of massaging Prabhupada when I came to London. I was a senior Brahmachari. This was 1969. So I was giving massage, and then first day I gave massage, I said, Shri I never gave massage before. Maybe I should go to the library today and get a book on how to give massage. The Prabhupada said, not necessary. If you read Bhagavad Gita, Krishna will tell you how to give massage. So he had a lot of faith in Krishna. So anyway, the second, after he was there for about a week or so, we had a big open program. Maybe about 300 or 400 people came. And that's a lot because we were just starting the movement. And about half of them were Hindus. So one of the Hindus, during Prabhupada's lecture, he started interrupting. You're only talking about Krishna. What about Shiva? So Prabhupada explained that Vishnu Tattva and Shiva Tattva, actually Vishnu Tattva is the origin of. But he wasn't satisfied, so he kept interrupting, and Prabhupada started to speak again. And Prabhupada suddenly said, sit down, you are nonsense. Hold on. You know, when we were dealing with it, giving us up, he was very humble. But then, it was a series of lectures. The next day, he was going to speak again. And I was getting a massage. He took massage 11 in the morning. So I was thinking I'm getting him in shape for another night. And I was massaging and talking. And I was thinking, you would be probably going to take over this. And I'm thinking of it. And massaging. And suddenly Prabhupada said, no! And my hands froze on his mind. Then he said with another voice, like a 7-year-old child, way in his heart, he said, I am just a humble soul. And I felt so embarrassed. I thought, this person is such an aristocrat. I should be in the same room with him. What to speak of touching his body. And it was like a horrible. So, again, by his example of humility, if he just told me, be humble, it's not enough. He had to Acharya means one who teaches by example. So Prabhupada was always giving us example of what it looks like to be a pure devotee, because he was a pure devotee. It wasn't anything artificial, it wasn't any pretension. He really thought himself a humble soul, because he was always remembering his spiritual master and Krishna, and in the relationship between his spiritual master. He was a humble soul. You follow? So there was no false ego, not even a tinge of it. Real ego was there, yes, I'm a servant, I'm a servant, I'm a servant. But very humble. So this is his example. And it's inspiring because it's very easy to get puffed up. People touch my feet and then you start thinking, hey, I'm pretty good. That must be special. And then, man, before that, pride comes before the fall. I've seen some of my godbrothers, many of them. They were in big positions. They get become victim mostly of women. Because they allow women to get too close. They think they're invincible. They're pure devotees. So anyway, the point I'm making about example. So we also, we're teaching, we're preaching, you're also teaching your children or somebody you meet in the office, you're telling your heart vision. You have to be humble. As soon as you start imagining that you're better than them, then it spoils. So of course, Prabhupada did take the position of a teacher, and he demanded some respect when he was speaking. That was one thing I learned. He thought he was preaching, you interfered with it, he didn't like that. Because that was his focus, and that's what he says here. With one point of attention, he was focusing on preaching, and what results he got. He came to this Muslim city. No. We have to see everyone's pure spiritual. There's a lot of people here. I'm sure everybody is benefiting. I heard you go out regularly and chant again. That's what Krishna Prabhup's purport. A learned scholar who has studied the Vedas perfectly and has information from authorities like Lord Chaitanya, and who knows how to apply these teachings, can understand that Krishna is the origin of everything in both the material and spiritual world. And because he knows this perfectly, he becomes firmly fixed in the worship service of the Supreme Lord. He can never be deviated by any amount of nonsensical commentaries or fools. So unfortunately, there are many nonsensical commentaries. Should I name names? This Chennai mission, Ramakrishna mission. They don't give it. They don't say that Krishna is supreme. Rather, they say that you can do whatever you want. It's okay because there's no God in the whole world. That's their bottom line. They give the example of the bubble on the ocean. The bubble breaks and becomes one with the ocean. And you lose your identity. But that's not what Krishna said. In the second chapter of text 12, he says, you and I and all these people, we've always existed in the past as individuals. Now we're individuals, right? In the future, we'll also be individuals. And variety. Variety will be there. It's not going to be all one. Where did the variety come from? I mean, now there's variety, right? You can ask your person's friend, well, where did this variety come from? It came, even if you accept their argument, there has to be something that made the one into many. What moved it? What was the catalyst that made the one? Because that's what they think. Originally everything was one. And we're going back to the original state by merging with the Lord. But if everything is one, how did the variety come? There must have been some other energy or feature that caused the one to become many. Because now there's many, you can't deny it. There's planets and stars and trees and insects. And there's many. But where did they come from? Now, it's not all one. This is a bogus philosophy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given the perfect philosophy. So as he said, Achinta Bheda. Simultaneously, one and different. Yeah. Nothing is outside of God, so there's a oneness. Just like you said, the government is one. But within that oneness of the government, there are different departments. There's police department, there's welfare department, there's prison department. They're all working under the government. They're not one, they're different. In one department, they're arresting people, putting them in jail. Another department, they're giving food to people. So it's one, but different. But what is so difficult to understand that? God is one, but He expands Himself into unlimited variety. So nothing outside of God. That's the oneness. Nothing outside of God. Within that, this is described, 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Earth, water, air, fire, ether, mind, and devil. These things are my external energy. Besides that, there's the mind. These are the subtle material energies, mind, intelligence, and ego. And besides that, there's the soul. So these things are described very lucidly in Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, we beg you, please, read these books. That was Prabhupada's prayer. Sometimes he was asked, well, how will we go on without you, Srila? He said, I'm there in my books. So he's here. Let's listen. These are his words. Once we were reading the Srimad how Narada Muni came to help his disciple Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva wasn't feeling fully satisfied, even though he had compiled so much literature, Vedic literature. But he hadn't compiled a book that was solely and wholly dedicated to the Lord. So therefore, Narada Muni came and told him, you should write him about it, which is holy. So, and in the purport, the Prabhupada writes, Narada Muni has kindly appeared on the page of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Here that you see, Narada Muni is there. Similarly, if we are very devoted and undeviated, you can see that Prabhupada is here in his purport. He's here. You can never be deviated by any amount of nonsense or commentary or by food. All Vedic literature agree that Krishna is the source of Brahma and Shiva and all of the demigods. Well, there's the point. He's the source of Shiva. Shiva will admit that. He's speaking to Parvati. And Parvati asks him, what is the best form of worship? And he says worship of Vishnu. But then he qualifies it. Even better than worship of Vishnu is what?
Devotees of Vishnu.
Worship of the Vaishnava, the servant of Vishnu. Therefore, we don't jump over. We go to the proper street first. We try to find out what he wants. He is the Guru, Shiksha Guru for everybody for the next 10,000 years. He's your Guru. But you still need a Diksha Guru to give you spiritual name. In other words, Prabhupada didn't come to stop Prabhupada. Krishna came to reinstate Prabhupada. So Prabhupada didn't come to stop. Prabhupada can go on. But still, Prabhupada will be in the center. In the art of Veda, Gopakapa Upanishad, to this stage, Brahmana Vedati, Puram, Gopaya, Vedamishya, Gopayati, Krishna. It was Krishna who in the beginning instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge, and he disseminated Vedic knowledge in the past. Then again in the Narayana Upanishad, once it states, Ata Krishnayai, Narayana Tamayati, Pujaya Sri Jayati. Then the Supreme Personality of God in Narayana desired to create the entity. The Upanishad continued. So Narayana, of course, is an extension of Krishna. It goes on to say, from Narayan, Brahma is born. From Narayan, the patriarchs are also born. From Narayan, Indra is also born. From Narayan, the 8 Vajas are born. From Narayan, the 11 Rudras are born. From Narayan, the 12 Aditya's are born. This Narayan is an expansion of Krishna. Originally, we give the example of candles. You take the original candle, from that original candle you can light another candle of equal strength, and another candle. But the original is still there. The original is Krishna. Ishvara by Krishna. Sachidananda Vigraha.
Anadi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam.
Very nice. From Brahma Samhita. So Krishna is the original of everything, material and spiritual. And in the same way as Ramana Devaki Putra, the son of Devaki, Krishna, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then again in the Narayana Upanishad, it is stated, in the beginning of the creation, there was only the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana. There was no Brahma, no Shiva, no water, no fire, no moon, no heaven, no earth, and no stars in the sky, no sun. This is from the Maha-Upanishad. In the it is also stated there that the Lord Shiva was born from the forehead of the Supreme Lord. That's what the Vedas say, that it is the Supreme Lord, the greater Brahma and Shiva, who is to be worshipped. In the Moksha Dharma say, it goes on like that. So many evidences from very authorized Vedic religion coming to the point that Krishna is the source of everything. But why don't we take it and become, like the verse is indicating, become one pointed in our devotion? This is required. Who knows that verse? 241, running here.
Vyavasayarthika buddhi rekeha gurunandana bahushaka buddhayo vyavasayina.
Very good. Translation in English. Translation in Arabic. The devotee is fixed in one point, you notice here the Lord. But those who are irresolute in purpose, their intelligence is many branch. But the devotee is only thinking how to please Krishna. And he's accepting everything favorable for his devotion service and rejecting everything unfavorable. It still doesn't mean you have to shake your head and go to the table. You can remain in your position. Arjuna was a grihastha. Krishna told him he should take some time. So remain in your position, but add this Krishna consciousness. to use some of your resources in assisting Srila Prabhupada in his mission. Bhaktivinoda is about Krishna and Srila Prabhupada's mission. In this way, you keep a little altar in your room, in your house, somewhere, offer your food to Krishna, Patram Pushpan Param Kalyam.
विरक्षति तदहं भक्त उपहत अश्नामि प्रेतात्मनः.
So in this way we can become devotees without changing our position. Because we have to change our consciousness. Because we're all born with the false ego. False ego means I should be in the center. You notice that our children, they're not really single, right? They love themselves the most. They don't care if they disturb 100 people on a plane. If they're upset, they're going to scream. So this is what we're all born with. We have to be civilized. Mother is the first guru. She tells them about older brother, no, you can't hit your brother. This is the reality. We're born in a sinful condition. Therefore, we're not okay. We need to go to Guru. We need help. Now we should admit, we're honest, that we need help. But the tendency is, probably an example, a man is dying, he's being fed through the vein, someone's bleeding his stool and urine. But he hasn't helped. I'm okay. This is called Maya. You're not okay. You need help. You're not meant to grow old, become diseased, and die. This is the symptom of our disease. That we're accepting the body and the soul. So the first teaching without the body, we never die. The body is changing, but we remain. And then we get another body, or we can get a spiritual body. If we're thinking of Krishna, then we go to the spiritual world. We go to the spiritual world, we have to have a spiritual body. But we shall give us a spiritual body. If we qualify. But if we're attached to the material world, then we have to come back. Because attachment is like a prayer. Oh, I wish I had that car, or that job, or that wife. So we have those kind of desires in our heart. At the time of death, we get another family. Generally, the attachment is to the family. That was Arjuna's Maya also. How can I find my beloved? But what did Krishna say? Kutas, where have these impurities come upon you? This is not the mentality for one who knows the purpose of life. But we should know, what is the purpose of life? Kata Brahma Jigyasa, what is the purpose? The purpose is to qualify to go back to the spiritual world. That's the whole purpose of the creation. It's giving us a chance to qualify to again enter the spiritual world. Any questions on that point alone? Not people who want, why are we here? What did we do? We want to put ourselves in the center. But in the spiritual world, only one person is in the center. Isha Vaishyam. God is in the center. But we want to be in the, okay, you want to imagine you're in the center, come to the material world. Then you can imagine that you're in the center. Your Shaka is imagining. He's imagining he's in the center. Hitler was imagining. We're all guilty of it. We want to be able to. That doesn't cause it. So we have to, the death of the Buddhas and the person, they say, yes, we have to kill the ego, become zero, become everything one. But no, if there's a false ego, why not a real ego? Why not? It's like just like my hand, that's 5 digital. But the shadow was not the material is like a reflection or a shadow of this thing. So there's variety here, there's individuality. But in the perverted sense, it doesn't matter. We're meant to have eternal life through the knowledge of faith. That's a fact. That's our rightful position. Such a conundrum. But we won't find any of this material. So therefore, we have to give up our attachment to anything material. But the other side is, we can use anything material in the service of the Lord and become spiritual. So our wife becomes a devotee. Yeah? That's what it's we can have affection for her. Not physical, but natural affection. But we should try to connect to the devotee. Then we can have eternal family in the spiritual world. I have some disciples, so I tell them that. Robert told us that we can have this kind of spiritual world. We can, again, meet, but there without being weary. Okay, I can go on with it. We read one book about my experiences with Srila Prabhupada. I had a lot of experience. But I can tell you a few stories rather than tell you something. Well, let me tell you a story. I just told you one story, how Prabhupada was so humble that he didn't want me to glorify him like in a material way. That was a temptation that Christ also had. Some of his followers wanted to control the world, be like Napoleons. But Robert didn't. No, we shouldn't think that either, because what we're really doing, even if we have disciples and followers and so on, what we're really doing is connecting with the super soul in their hearts. And therefore, the super soul will tell them, this person is representing me, then you should follow me. It's different than saying, I'm not the big leader, but Krishna is the leader, and he's in your heart, and he's telling you that I'm giving Krishna. You can say, yes, we're giving Krishna. Prabhupada is giving Krishna. We can also give Krishna according to our capacity. But it doesn't mean that we're big, important people. I'll give you an example of the post peon. He's delivering a check, or money or something, 50,000 rupees, but he's not taking credit. So we're just delivering. And Krishna says that when he does deliver the message, as it is very dear to me. No one is more dear to me. You can find it. Chapter 18, the book. If you look it up. Chapter 18. Text number 68 and 69. You can read those two. You need a microphone? Whoever this is.
18.68.
Chapter 18.
For one who explains this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end he will come back to me. There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear.
One more dear than one who explains this subject. So it's easy, we can all do it. Do it to your friends, do it to whoever. Explain this subject of Bhagavad in a proper way, and Krishna will be very pleased with you. He says, no one is more dear to me. Therefore, we glorify, because no one did the work that Prabhupada did. No one could do what he did. So therefore, we want to make him the most famous person in the world. And people, when you say, that sometimes I have that experience, I was coming through custom, Indian way, and I was, you know, I saw Hare Krishna, I was just, and then he said, he mentioned Prabhupada's name. I said, oh, you know about Prabhupada? He said, yeah, he was very wise. So this is just a guy working in here who knew something about Prabhupada. So we want everybody to know, Prabhupada was really extraordinary. Let's keep putting him aside. Krishna will be happy with us too. Krishna will be happy because he wants to glorify Prabhupada. So if we assist him in glorifying Prabhupada, he'll be very pleased with us. Just like he said, no one is more dear to me than one who explains. Okay? No questions, huh? That's all right. You don't have to. Sometimes it's better not to have a question because the question needs a doubt. You don't have any doubts, then you have a question.
Hare Krishna. So you were telling that how in this material world. Everyone wants to be in the center of their life and center of the world. That's why they have come from spiritual world to material world, because they wanted to have that experience. I want to enjoy. Actually, as devotees, we hear so many times that Krishna is the center of our lives. But still, sometimes these are false.
That's not unreasonable, because this is Maya's kingdom. Once the Prabhupada came to London, the lady here, she spoke very emotional. Srila Prabhupada, it's so wonderful. You want to save the whole world. Prabhupada responded very soberly. He said, yes, but not an easy job. This is Maya's kingdom. The default position is Maya. Sometimes the Lord said, Prabhupada, I don't want to go out because when I go out, I see women out there in the summertime and not good. And I told him Maya. Prabhupada said, you're always Maya. Sometimes you fall in Krishna. But this is Maya's kingdom. So sometimes, yeah, we like to go back to our own way of thinking, but just continue. Don't become discouraged, persevere. Don't ever stop chanting, whatever you do. And keep the chanting going. And gradually, Maya will lose its grip, because Mother just did a margin, you get a higher taste. It's like Kirtan. For me, it's easy to get a higher taste. Chanting then. And taking prasada, higher taste. Talking about Srila Prabhupada, remembering Srila Prabhupada. He was such an extraordinary person. So it was inspiring for me to remember him. And talk about him. That's what I was going to do again. We're going to tell another wonderful story how Prabhupada reciprocated with us. Should I tell? So we were, as I mentioned, we were in London, and we were staying at John Lennon's estate. And John was called Tittenhurst Court, much of the Bristol there, outside of London. And he had one driver who didn't do any other service except drive the car. The problem is that driver, that's all he does, because he only worked like 10 minutes a day. But John Martin, he said, every morning, he was driving. So, when Robert said that, he understood that, he said, that is a sign of a rich man. He can keep somebody just all day, just ready in case he needs it. And then I got a little enthusiastic about John's well. I said, yes, Robert, it's really lovely. When I said that, Robert looked at me like I had a bad smell. And he made a face. And he said, what is the use of his money? He doesn't know how to spend it. And I said, these big riches people, they don't know how to spend it. They spend it for welfare work or something, but that won't get you out of the material world. So anyway, the story I was coming to was, I was doing this massage every day, and I got attached to it, and I was asking Prabhupada, when you go back to America, and I come with you and do this service of giving massage. And Prabhupada was not committed. He said that he said, let us see what Krishna wants. And so the time was coming close to his leaving. He was there 3 months, and he was like a week left, and his servant came to me, Prabhupada's servant, and said, personal servant, he said, stop bothering Prabhupada by going to America, because another devotee, Pendra, has already been given permission to come and meet Prabhupada when he arrives in America in Boston and do the service of massage. So I didn't say, I thought it was probably true. But I happened to be driving Prabhupada that same day. But Srila Prabhupada and I were alone in the car. So I asked him, Srila Prabhupada, Purushottam, that's his servant. Purushottam told me that Upendra is going to be giving you massage when you go back to America. So Prabhupada knew I wanted this. So Prabhupada responded. You know how he responded? Any guesses? Utter silence. So I thought, yeah, that's not true. Because So then I thought, okay, it's true, I'm not going. So anyway, I have service here, and you know, I reconciled myself to it, I surrendered to it, that there wasn't going to be one. And I accepted it. But the problem was that for me, the silence was still there. I spoke very clearly. So I wanted to break the silence and at the same time let your brother know that I was resigned not to go with him. So I said, your brother, I never met Upendra. Is he a nice boy? The brother said, he turned to me, not as nice as you. Right in my heart. I thought, Robert wasn't. And actually he did love us. He loves you too. Because he loves Krishna. Therefore, we're part of Krishna. He loves you. He loves everyone. He really does. He wrote every letter, your ever well-wisher. Isn't that me that he cares for you? Well-wisher. Every letter, your ever well-wisher. That was Prabhupada's position. Otherwise, how can he go? Leave his family, leave everything. Even in Vrindavan, they were saying, Swamiji, why are you going to the West? Swamiji, don't go outside of India. Here, you're in Vrindavan, now you're in success. Still, whatever spiritual master was there, he came. So much trouble. And without that, we wouldn't be here. And you wouldn't be here. This wonderful temple. The Prabhupada ki.
Yeah.
Okay? Anyone else? You got one more story? Yeah, we were alone in Hong Kong, and Prabhupada was coming. So there were other devotees there. They came from the Philippines and some other devotees. So when we were all together, there was about 8 or 10 devotees, no women, just men. And Prabhupada came to this circle. And so there was one devotee who come from the Philippines. He was having a difficulty. He was a sannyasi, but there was a room with him. So Prabhupada wanted to encourage him. So he had to speak about his most difficult time because he was in Mayapur in 1974 when there was no buildings. Only Prabhupada's kutir was there. When you come in, it's on the left. And that was the only one. So he was there and the flood came. And the water was coming up. He was telling us. And Prabhupada asked him to tell. But he was telling us the difficulty he had. He was in the rafters, and the snakes were coming in the water, and we were all appreciating. Then Prabhupada turned to me. What was your most difficult time in Krishna consciousness? And I thought, well, we were in Japan. We had this huge big house. We couldn't keep it warm. We had a kerosene heater, but if you stood in front of it, it would be warm. And your back would be cold. So this is the austerities that we perform. So then I thought, Shri Prabhupada is, what was your most difficult time in Krishna consciousness? And suddenly, whole mood changed. He became so sober. And he said in the greatest voice, you don't want to know about that. What did he say?
Okay, that's the end. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. You can watch it in Punjab. Show is over, folks. Good night. See you tomorrow morning. I'll be here for my Rati and then my Shukra. 4:30 only. You sleep down and you rest. I don't want to see that. Come on.
Hari Bol.